question for you, Doc, and then we'll wrap this one up. What do you think about the Congress bringing in Facebook, Twitter, and Google as though they were cigarette companies and trying to make an example of them?
I think it's a mistake. I think it's looking at a symptom rather than a cause, and it's getting them to talk about the wrong thing. It's assuming that they're like NBC or CBS or the New York Times, and they could be aware of how they're being used. They're not built for that. They're built to have millions and millions of customers using dashboards to aim ads at up to millions of different constituencies. They're defined by a bunch of selections on that dashboard, essentially, and algorithmically, and it's very, very hard for them to police that. They built a machine that's really good for doing lots of things. One of them is the sort of bad acting that we saw from the Russian troll farms, but to blame them, to look for them to be fully responsible for that, I think this is the first cause of the problem. And even though they're the largest machines for being used that way, nobody's visiting why are they built like that? What are they doing that for? And the way they're doing it, the reason they're doing it is to make money. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that they designed a system for making money that is really ideally suited for the kind of bad acting that they're talking about. But again, to assume that they have the same kind of policing power over that technology fails to understand the complexity of the technology, which is somewhere beyond even those companies' ability to fully comprehend that the policing possibilities is barely imaginable. And it may end up with fundamentally altering the way Facebook and Google work. But it still sort of misses the larger context. And I also must say in that respect that a former FCC chairman once told the group I was with that there are two things that nobody understands in Congress. One is technology and the other is economics. And I think we're seeing a really good example of both of those at work there. And it's putting both those companies on the defensive in ways that I don't think are especially helpful.
That's very helpful, though, what you just said. I would suggest that if the TV companies, the MSNBC, etc., were held to the same kind of analysis by Congress about their justification for their business model of repeating endlessly the same non-facts, that they might have a more difficult time than Twitter and Facebook have right now in terms of responding. Okay, sorry to wrap